What are you gonna do? There's a product for that. So not only is it flexible, but it's sandable. So using this, I'm gonna make this disappear forever. Okay, so we're here in this really cool home gym where we recently installed some cove lighting. In this corner here, as you can see, there's a little bit of cracking happening. So what happens a lot, a problem that we run into quite often is when you're joining two dissimilar materials, what tends to happen is if you want them to be smooth and perfectly flush, even if it's glued, nailed, screwed, those two surfaces being made from different products causes them to shrink and grow and move and crack at different rates. So what invariably happens is you get these hairline cracks where the two joined. So even though this MDF joining this drywall bulkhead is glued, nailed, and screwed together, it still shifts just enough to create that hairline crack. So what do? There's not a ton of options, but one of the things you could do is you could use a material that has some flex to it, like a caulking, for example. If we were to fill this seam with caulking, it would allow those two materials to move separately, and the cracking probably wouldn't happen. The only issue with that is wherever the caulking overlaps the surface, you're gonna find that there's a skin. Because you can't sand caulking, you'll never have a fully smooth surface. If you need something that's flexible, but also sandable, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Well, lucky for you, there's a product for that. So DAP makes a flexible spackling. So this spackling product has more elasticity than your typical spackling, which also allows it to sand smoothly. So not only is it flexible, but it's sandable. So this is gonna be able to sand smooth and have the flex to allow these two surfaces to still move, shrink, grow at different rates without cracking. So using this, I'm gonna make this disappear forever. Watch this. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually open this crack up a little bit deeper so that the spackling has an area to sink into. If I were to just spackle over this, the spackle is gonna have a hard time getting into that crack, and what we want is for the spackling to get inside the crack as well as on top. So I'm just gonna use my knife. You just wanna open this up a little bit more.
Make a nice curly.
Okay, so now the hairline crack is more of a cavern or a canyon, but that's good, that's what we want. Not bad, actually. Very creamy. I'm just gonna smush that spackling into that crack. Make sure I get it all the way in there. Spack in the crack. This is the phase we like to call spack in the crack. Get that spack in the crack. Okay, so coat one of the spackles in there. I'm gonna let that set up, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do one more coat of that, sand it flat, and that crack should be gone for life. Okay, first coat's dry. Time for coat 2. Sand it back, paint it up. Bob's your uncle. So with that second coat on there, I've overfilled slightly so I can sand it perfectly smooth and have that crack disappear. Okay, so our spackling is dry. I've sanded it back, it's nice and smooth. Now it's time to paint it. I've got the wall paint and a mini roller here in my handy pail, and all I'm gonna do is just paint over that and feather out the edges. So whenever you're painting over a patch, and actually a good practice for painting in general is 2 coats is always better than 1. The first coat over a fresh patch of spackling or compound will flash, meaning that the mud is gonna show through. You're gonna see a difference in sheen. So the first coat seals it, the second coat blends it in to the rest of the wall. Okay, so as you can see, good as new. It's got some flexible spackling in there in case these two things shift at different rates. It should be able to withstand that, no problem. This should be the last time I'm up on this ladder talking about this corner. DAP, flexible DAP.